Good morning, Cristo Ray Boston. This video is a day late because I just didn't really feel like doing a video on Easter. I was having too nice a day. To those of you who watched my YouTube video, thank you for not mocking me publicly. To those of you who didn't, I would advise you watch my Easter video if you want to laugh, because I am probably going to delete it by the end of the day today, out of embarrassment. Last chapter. We've almost read the entire book of Mark, which is kind of cool because even amongst Christians, I don't think that many Christians have read an entire book of the Gospels all the way through. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome brought spices so that they might go ahead and anoint him. Very early when the sun had risen on the first day of the week, they came to the tomb. They were saying to one another, "Who will roll back the stone for us to enter into the tomb?" When they looked up, they saw that the stone had been rolled back. It was very large. On entering the tomb, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, clothed in a white robe, and they were utterly amazed. He said to them, "Do not be amazed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, the crucified. He has been raised. He is not here. Behold the place where they laid him. But go and tell his disciples and Peter, he is going before you. There you will see him as he told you." Then they went out and fled from the tomb, seized with trembling and bewilderment. They said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid. The longer ending. When he had risen early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had driven 7 demons. She went and told his companions, who were mourning and weeping. When they heard that he was alive and he had been seen by her, they did not believe. After this, he appeared in another form to 2 of them walking along on their way to the country. They returned and told the others, but they did not believe them either. But later, as the 11 were at table, Jesus appeared to them, and he rebuked them for their unbelief and hardness of heart, because they had not believed those who saw him after he had been raised. He said to them, "Go into the whole world and proclaim the gospel to every creature. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved. Whoever does not believe will be condemned. These signs will accompany those who believe. In my name they will drive out demons. They will speak new languages. They will pick up serpents, and if they drink anything deadly, it will not harm them. They will lay their hands on the sick, and they will recover." So then the Lord Jesus, after he spoke to them, was taken up to heaven and took his seat at the right hand of God. But they went forth and preached everywhere, while the Lord worked with them and confirmed the word through accompanying signs. Well, that's it, sports fans. We have made it through the entirety of the Gospels. What does it mean? What does it mean? Here's the rub. It either happened or it didn't happen. We read the story, though, of a God making a promise to a people that they would be a blessing to the world, they would get a king, they would get a nation, there would be descendants. And when you look at what happened to the Jews and then the Christians, you're left with, okay, it all hinges on this Jesus guy. And when we see in Jesus' story, these women went to the tomb, and the tombstone was so heavy they would not be able to roll it away on their own. But the tomb had been emptied. Then there's someone who I'm going to assume is an angel saying he has been raised. Because remember, Jesus told them, "I will rebuild this temple in 3 days. I will be raised from the dead. I will conquer death." But they didn't understand, they didn't believe, right? They didn't understand, they didn't believe. So even though Jesus told them that, even though they saw him perform all his miracles, they still were going to the tomb to prepare the body with spices and things like for burial. Then Jesus shows up to Mary Magdalene. She tells all the apostles they don't believe her. Then he appears to 2 disciples. They go tell the 12 apostles, 11 at this point. They go tell the 11 apostles, and they don't believe, right? But then Jesus is going to show up to the 11 apostles. He's going to say, "Why did you have no faith? Why didn't you believe?" And he's going to send them out into the world. And see, the 11 apostles are told to go out into the entire world and to proclaim the gospel to every creature. So Jews, Arabs, Greeks, people in Africa, people in Europe, that's the whole world for them at that time. They are to go tell every single nation. And within those apostles' lifetime, the gospel will have spread as far as India, down through Africa, and up through Europe. So it is really incredible how well these 11 men, who were just a bunch of non-educated servant types from Jerusalem and Judea, were able to spread Jesus' word. Then Jesus, went up to heaven, and he took his seat at the right hand of God the Father. This might seem very confusing. You're like, wait, I thought Jesus was God. Remember that Jesus is human and Jesus is divine. So when Jesus returns to heaven, you could see that as the joining together, right? That Jesus is still human and he's still God. They're still joined together. That is how I understand the seating at the right hand of the Father. It's once again, because otherwise it sounds like we have two gods, right? We have God the Son and God the Father, and there's two of them. That's not true. What it means is Jesus, the human, returns to God. He returns to God, but his humanity is still there. So we have Jesus and God the Father together in one person. Okay. That's it. Answer the questions. Have a great day. God bless you.